Hey people, Intro here. 3v3 faction war. This is Catrian Purification Plant and Ordo Malleus versus the Eldar. For the blue Ordo Malleus team, two brother captains. First up is Orconero, and this is Pax. These guys walk through objects and cannot be suppressed. Durable fellas with strong offense and support, fighting in melee. Rounding off the team here is ZZeraf with an Eversor assassin. There he is. A risk-reward melee brawler that explodes on death. And the red Eldar, we have Ghaz with a Farseer support hero fighting in melee with some powerful buffs and control. Alongside the Tenso, already taking a bit of damage from some hotshot lasguns over there. There he goes, leaping into combat with strong support and disruption. Gonna get a special. This is the same Han elite scheme. And rounding off the team's DanceCommander with a Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default. Great for capping and harassing, some powerful control. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen DanceCommander. Maybe I'm imagining things. The Tenso runs. The two brother captains are mid and east. And on the west side, it is Farseer versus Eversor Assassin. One is much calmer than the other. See if you can guess who it is. Farseer throws guide on the Guardians there. Eversor backs off. And the Strike Squad back off. Where are the Stormtroopers? Oh, they were in the middle doing something. But now they're here to help with those hotshot lasguns. Oh, maybe that's why the Warlock got hit so early, because those Stormtroopers went mid. Picking off on the east side. Brother Captain goes down. Howling Banshees weighing in now on the Strike Squad. Their power weapons doing some good work, but they're taking a lot of damage here. Fleets them away and then retreats. Nope, just fleets them away. There's the retreat. Aspect of Strength was in. Guardians now trying to dance around. Avoid getting hit while they shoot. Warp Spider able to get DPS in. And they're probably going to get a modder here, or maybe not. Perfectly judged by Orconero. Unlike the brother captain himself. Here comes Pax to lend a helping hand. Can it just brute force this revive here? It should level them, I think. There it is. Oh, I didn't quite level them. I always overestimate. Oh, they leveled at the end, though, afterwards. West side, I hear Banshees yelling. And Banshees running. Those are Ghaz. And the Eversor's gone down, which means it's exploded all once already. Warlock flees now. Purgation on the field for Pax. Orconero with interceptors on the way. Rangers for the Tenso. The Ghaz did go for extra Guardians. Into a Shuriken. What's DanceCommander up to then? Oh, they spent some resources on heavy gauge to mess up that brother captain, of course. Can they suppress the Shuriken? They can. But there's too much stuff there for them to deal with. On the eastern edge, power being bashed by the Warp Spider. Doing a decent job, by the way. All alone there, bashing that power. Tomes of Titan on these fellas, so they know how to use magical things. Also gives us some more damage and more health. Banshees lying in wait to counter-initiate the Interceptors. I don't think they've seen the Interceptors yet, though. Meanwhile, west side, sneaky operatives doing sneaky operative things with their fallback plan. They can chuck a grenade on the Shuriken, maybe. No, I don't think they had the energy to throw it, and they had to run. They can break their retreat with fallback plan, but it goes on a relatively long cooldown afterwards. I think it's like 2 minutes. Right, the captain, you gonna run, buddy? He's running. He's running. Was he debuffed by? I don't know what that red debuff circle was. But he's off. 424 to 500. Rangers, boom, boom, boom. Painful for the Strike Squad, but they do get in there, thrown in their banishment. This is a dicey fight for both sides, and here come more Banshees, becoming more dicier. Banshees having to flee, though. Purgation doing a great job there. Interceptors caught in retreat. Grenade misses. Warlock and Farseer to tie up those Purgation. If those Banshees came in like 5 seconds earlier, there might have been a bunch of stuff that didn't quite get away for the Ordo Malleus. There's those Banshees yelling, their war shout. And they're decapping the natural VP of the Ordo Malleus. 400 to 500 on the VPs. Players starting to think about their tier 2s now. And thinking about Falcons, I would think. Good map for transports, I think, the old Catrian. Rangers run away. Banshees are on fire because of the purgation. Warlock did get a decap and then flees. Banshees with power melee kicks need to be very careful. Uh-oh. And they got their Exarch in. But do they get away? Interceptors teleporting ahead. They do not get away. They just got purification there, the Interceptors, so they could have teleported again as well. Just let those Banshees stay in there for like 2 seconds too long, and that's what happens. Those are the margins you're dealing with in Dawn of War 2. Guardian weapon team setting up to suppress the operatives, but the strike squad had already got around them. These guys aren't threatening a grenade over here, Ghaz. They don't have the battle equipment. Which does make a difference. It does make your opponent play differently when they know they might get grenaded. There's energy burst to slow down the Banshees, and they do actually use their energy to fleet and to wash out. What is this? Brother Captain tearing up the eastern edge with Blessed Aegis and the Unending Purge. Gets health back on hits and gets some energy regen as well. Levels up to 2. Warp Spider runs. Looks like they bashed a gen at least. At least 1 gen. Meanwhile, in the mid, Rangers setting things up with a kinetic pulse. Warlock leaping in there. Might see the Witchblade of Kurnus on this guy. There's some tier 2s from Pax and ZZeraf on the western edge. Looks like those guys got grenaded maybe. Operatives in trouble. I'm not sure if ZZeraf is paying attention to this. Operatives are going to wipe. What were they looking at? Oh, looking at the strike squad on the Eversor, I guess. Defending the power over there. 294 to 500. Can they finish the other Banshees? Surely they can. Those guys can teleport. Just need 1 hit. There it is. More Banshees down. But there's still 2 Banshee squads. Oh, Ghaz has replaced them. Look. They have a big infantry army. It might be tough for them to use it all to maximum effectiveness. The Brother Captain, kept alive by the Unending Purge, throws up the shield. And maybe gets the Banshees. Excuse me, got a bit of a cough going on right now. The Banshees are down. Those are DanceCommanders. But the Captain's still going. Tracking through some Guardians now. Warp Spider, does have the improved targeters. Tier 2 for Orconero. Looks like Ghaz will be the last play in Tier 1 on the west side. It's blue. For now. Sorry about that little cut, guys. Had to go cough my lungs up because Nurgle will not leave me alone this winter. Banshees, war shouting some strike squad here. Good special. They're very low though. I think they're okay. Shuriken's covering them. Oh, maybe not. Eversor charges in with the assault armor. Farseer chases. Would she be better off tying up the strike squad maybe, or tying up the purgation back there? Does have spirit stones. I guess that's one way to look after your units. Just follow the Eversor around and heal whatever he tries to slaughter. Interceptors in retreat path, wiping out Guardians. Farseer makes it. Oh, no, is that more Guardians wiped back there, I think, maybe. And the Eversor levels, reviving the Brother Captain. Good little passage of play there for ZZeraf. Orconero and Pax are quite depleted, though. Brother Captain level 3 on this side. Runs away. And power is going to get bashed. Tier 2s all round. Orconero getting some more interceptors because they lost them on this side. And it's double purgation for ZZeraf. Both with a Psy Cannon. Good damage to all targets. Quite a versatile weapon. You do need to set it up though. Warlock levels to 2. And does indeed have the Witchblade of Kurnus. Powerful anti-infantry weapon with an ethereal slash. Oh, we might have seen it there if those guys didn't teleport out. On to the Rangers. Interceptors have done quite well so far, I think. Orconero's got a second squad. There's the ethereal slash. Interceptors again on the Rangers. There you see the webway of Tenso, and Warlock webways can heal you over time, which is what you see there. Interceptors get their Justicar again. I think that's him dead over there. The last Justicar. getting a decap through the mid. Eldar are taking the western contested VP though. And, oh look at that. Ordo Malleus have the central power fully built up with gens. Don't see that all that often. Oh no, it's only 2 gens, I'm lying. I'm lying to you. Down goes the brother captain. Warp Spider Exarch just hung around to get that kill there. And then flees. What's going on west side? Oh, Eversor's running. Looks like hypermetabolism on him too. Eviscerator Axe. Yep, there's the end of it there. Eviscerator Axe is in. Kill zone granting melee skill and melee damage is in a radius around the Eversor, I believe. Creates a kill zone. Autarch dropping in, then jumping ahead. That jump heals and buffs allied infantry. You can see those glowing hands and hilts of the sword and those banshees. Now they get a little damage buff from it. I don't think the heal is very much. Maybe they could buff that heal a bit because it seems very, very small. The heal on the Autarch leap. I need to find out how much that is. If someone remembers and can check the codex, or maybe they just know, they could put it in the comments for me, couldn't they? Because I'm going to forget to look. Guardian weapon team run away. Guardians run away. What is this? It's a Wraith Lord from Ghaz. I still get the Wraith Lord and the Wraith Guard portraits mixed up on the little rosters here. I always have to look again. Fire Dragons on the way for the Tenso. Terminator Librarian on the field for Orconero. Cool unit. Here he is. Can't be suppressed. He's a big old Terminator fella. Can throw out a smite and has some great support as well. Warp Spider tied up and cannot teleport away. Autarch jumps out. Eldar, I think, got away alright. There's a decent grenade. Another one. Not quite as good. In fact, it might have killed a Guardian. But the Guardians are out. Can they defend the power, though? Because they've already chucked their grenade. Those interceptors are really low. Meanwhile, natural power here of the Eldar. Eversor charges away from trouble, taking some ranger shots as they do so. These guys are strangely split up for some reason. Here's your Wraith Lord. Big Eldar walker with a massive Ghost Glaive sword, getting a shuriken shoulder mounted. Does have a little shuriken catapult on the wrist as well, and does not lose melee resistance bonuses when it has a ranged weapon on the shoulder, which is a pretty big deal. There's another one from the Tenso. Brother Captain level 4. Terminator Librarian using the Sanctuary there. That's one of the abilities he starts with. Knocking back allied infantry. Really messes with the coherency of melee squads. You can also use it to support and protect your own ranged units, of course, but they used it aggressively there to support the Strat Squad in melee. Strat Squad may be in a bit of trouble though. Justicar goes down. Those guys looking for a grenade, I think, are they? No, I thought they were moving ahead for a grenade, those Guardians. Autarch, wow, that was a weird jump. What are you up to? Has an Executioner. Impact grenade from the Stormtroopers. 214 to 356 on the VPs. Vortimer Razorbacks coming out now. How are the Wraith Lords doing? This is the Tenso's red one from same hand. Big hits from that big old sword. Rangers are wiped. Grenade is pretty good. Gonna get at least one hit on retreat as well. Can they wipe them? Very nearly. Ethereal Slash gets the kill. Nicely timed by the Tenso there. The right place at the right time. And there's the other Wraith Lord cracking on the Eversor. Double Vortimers can threaten those Wraith Lords with the Psy Cannons they have on top. Good damage to all targets. These things are really quick as well. 212 to 356. This Wraith Lord is very far forward. And was that a Melter Bomb? Yes, that was the Eversor's Melter Bomb. And this thing I don't think is going to get away. Right lance on this guy. One of the Vortimers I don't think will make it back. But they did get the Wraith Lord. And a Wraith Lord is a big chunk of power. Like 120 or something. Banshee's yelling. Good pressure though from the Eldar. They're keeping the front foot on, which they can sometimes struggle to do. They can gain good positions, but they can't always keep them super well because they're more inclined to fight you at awkward angles rather than dig in and go face to face. Power bashing now though. And the Tenso's keeping their Wraith Lord up there, knowing they can threaten the the Vortimer with the Bright Lance shoulder mounted. There's another Bright Lance back there on the weapon platform. Getting some hits. I'm not sure if this Wraith Lord's going to get away. Got Melter bombed and then goes down. Maybe? There we go. Mistake, I think, to push it up on that power bash. Wanted to keep the Vortimer back, I think, but should have been more careful with the Wraith Lord. Tier 3s now for the Eldar. Can they get some Seer Councils out here? Banshees are war shouting. These are Ghazes. Those are level 4 strike squad though. And they did a fantastic job against the level 2 Banshees there. Casually walked away from them. Could have got more attacks in there. Feathers might have been able to wipe them even. 168 to 340. Double cap now for the Ordo Malleus. They've hit a bit of a stride. But they have depleted rosters. Orconero getting another Vortimer Razorback. What is ZZeraf looking for here? Maybe a Land Raider actually. Or they may be looking to throw some Terminators out soon. The Tenso, the last player to go tier 3 and are down to 2 units. Bright Lance. Vortimer doesn't like Bright Lances, as we've seen. Gets away though. Ordo Malleus take the west side, double cap now. Someone died. Brother Captain's fallen over, trying to get this power point. Got 3 gens on it now. Eldar getting a big chunk of power from that. Look at the power differences there. Plus 27 to plus 67 per minute. I thought I just heard a Dreadnought, but I think that's the Brother Captain yelling. Nemesis Warding Staff is in. Yes, it is. Got his funky new voice, isn't he? Crack shot on the Bright Lance. Increasing range and increasing damage is the global ability of the Warp Spider Exarch. Interceptors, I think, use their more to like intercept and mess with those guys rather than dig in and do some damage. Otherwise, they would have gone for the Bright Lance. Helping the Brother Captain get away, but he had full health almost. 168 to 268, 1-to-1 cap. Warlock flees. Getting in more war gear. Nope, level 3. Banshee's looking for flanks. All tuck jumping in. Nicely timed jump there. Wiping out that purgation, I think, maybe? They let them go. Okay, they're down. They are down. Vortimer's doing their work. They still only have that single Fire Dragon squad. There's an orbital. It did catch some Guardians and some Banshees, but that feels like a slightly odd time to use that. It was at the end of the fight and there weren't that many high value targets around. But they hit some stuff, but I don't think that was a great use of that nuke. We got some Grey Knight Terminators though, Incinerators up here. And more over here, getting a Psy Cannon. Still 2 Vortimers up. There's a Fire Prism for the Tenso and for Ghaz. Fire Prism should outrange the Vortimers, but the Vortimers could just chase them down aggressively maybe. And there's that Psy Cannon on the Grey Knight Terminator is doing some work here. The damage. Down it goes. There's 2 Fire Prisms still up. All 3 players got one. D Cannon on the way for the Tenso now. I feel like, this might just be me, I feel like it's kind of relatively rare that you see there's another Fire Prism, that you see a Fire Prism actually do well in a 3v3. It seems they're just such paper units with 500 hit points. In a 3v3 situation, it can be so difficult to make those guys do work for you. There's Incinerate. Is it Incinerate or Incineration? I think it's Incinerate. Down goes the Warlock. This Fire Prism's still alive. And we have a Seer Council finally from Ghaz. They can threaten all of this Ordo Malleus infantry, but that's too much for them to deal with by themselves. With a Vortimer Razorback there. These guys on retreat path. They just used their teleport though. That could be dicey. Oh, maybe not. Banshees came out with 2 models and had to run again. 157 253. Ordo Malleus taking the western contested victory point. Eldar getting their natural back. Warp Spider level to 5. It does have phase armor. And those improved targeters. Look at all the red that Pax has. Could be using Canticle of Absolution and that kind of thing quite a lot. And Mind Blades, of course. They could throw them on liberally at the end of the game here. Or throw a nuke in. Ghaz just said that they have a nuke ready. I think the Tenso... Yeah, in fact, all 3 of those Eldar players have nukes. And there's one. And that was a singularity as well. Wipes out those stormtroopers, a singularity. Not convinced that the Eldritch Storm was super effective. Made some stuff run, I guess. Oh, they might get these Terminators, actually. Interceptor's trying to get in there and save them. Orbital goes in. Wait, did that Fire Prism not take damage from that beam? That's what it looked like. They took out those Terminators. Those were, I believe, Pax's Terminators. So maybe the Eldritch Storm really messed up those guys and I missed it. It really looked like the beam did nothing to the Fire Prism there. I'm going to take a sip of tea with honey. Help my poor throat. There we go. D-cannon. Doing some D-cannon things. I think I've said this before because they've said this before, but they're looking to bring back the old behavior of the D-cannons where they had that big impressive lightning arc shot. They're just going to reduce the damage of it, I think, rather than that little damage over time swirl, which is so difficult to see. Melter Bomb on the Fire Prism. This guy can charge and then Melter Bomb, of course. 157 to 184. Fire Prism on the way for Ghaz, down to 2 units. All the Ordo Malleus fellas down to 3. There's some kill zone. City Council didn't like it. Fire Prism needs to be careful here. Oh, the Eversor's run off. I'm not sure if the Melter Bomb would have been off cooldown anyway. Some repairs coming in. 2 Fire Prisms alive. Another one coming as well. That's going to be 3 Fire Prisms up. Let's see if they could do some good work here. Interceptors teleporting in. With Psy Cannons running into Banshees though. There's the Vortimer. And an Orbital coming in. And this guy seems to be stuck. Vortimer's getting it. Vortimer gets it. Some nice Orbital though. Big chunks of damage there, but they put them all in the same place, which is a rookie mistake, I'm going to continue saying, but people continue to do it. Because you want the big blast is where you get the damage. So you want to hit stuff into other blasts with the blasts kind of thing. That was a Battle Rights heal. Mantle of Terror from Pax. ZZeraf with a Land Raider Crusader on the way. Seer Council for DanceCommander. Double cap though for Ordo Malleus. 157 to 87. Eldar getting their natural back, but can they get onto that west side? I'm not sure if Fire Prisms are going to cut it as a backbone here. They do have Seer Council to run out ahead, and I think that's really important for the Fire Prisms to do their thing. And they need... Oh, where are the Fire Dragons gone? I was going to say they need their Fire Dragons on the front foot to pressure the Vortimers. Eldritch Storm again. It is. Forces the Vortimers forward. That one got hit. But look at the damage the Vortimers do to the Fire Prisms. Yeah, they mess them up. That thing was being repaired as well. Did have some help from the Interceptors. That's all the Fire Prisms gone. 157 to 47. GG. Say some Eldar players. There's some Bio Meltdown, and there is the concede from the Eldar. They just lost too much at the end there. And the Fire Prisms just couldn't get it done. It's so hard to use those things effectively in a big 3v3, I feel like. Brother Captain, level 7 from Orconero, solid on the east side. Level 5 Pax, level 8 Eversor, ZZeraf. Some good Melter Bombing. Farseer level 5 and down with Spirit Stones. Level 3 Warlock with the Witchblade of Kurnus. and a level 5 Warp Spider Exarch. There you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Big thanks to these players for taking part in a faction war, and the legend, the Tenso, for getting this replay to me so I can cast it for you guys. I'll see you next time.